So how much is completed? 2.38. 2.38. Sakama karma. Right? So 38 to 53 is Buddhi Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga. So how many of you remember what you have studied till 38? Can somebody tell? Any shloka which is important? Hare Krishna. Sahil bro? आठवतोय? Yes, Prathamesh bro, you remember something from last class?
I'll take a minute. I'll just go through the notes.
Okay. After studying about the soul, Sankhya, we studied something else also. Yes, Radhavakulan bro.
मराठीत सांगतो प्रभूजी. भगवंतांनी जेव्हा अर्जुनला सांगितलं की कर्मयोग सांगितला तेव्हा पण अर्जुन आणखी मेस्मरायझच होता. तर भगवंतांनी सांगितलं अर्जुनला की सोल असो किंवा नसो ह्याच्यात बेनिफिट तुझंच होणार आहे. सोल असली आणि जर तू त्यांना मारलं तरी ते लोक हेवनला जाणार, आणि सोलचं एक्झिस्टन्स नसलं आणि तू त्यांना मारलं तरी तू विजय होणार आणि तू किंग बनणार. तर ओव्हरऑल बेनिफिट तुझंच होतंय. आणि मग काही झालं तरी तू जर कर्मयोग समजला तरी तुझा काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही. आणि जे बुद्धीची जी फिलॉसॉफी आहे ती समजून जरी तुला किल केला तरी काय प्रॉब्लेम होणार नाहीये, कारण बेनिफिट तुलाच होणार आहे नंतर.
ओजस्वी प्रोजेक्टर बंद कर दो ना. We are not going to project anything. Here is the remote. Haribol, here is the remote. Anybody else? Siddhant bro, you remember something?
No, I was not in the
Mataji? Okay, so Krishna is talking about Swadharma in the verse number 31. Swadharma api cha aveksha. So being a Kshatriya, what is the duty of Arjuna is very important. Right, going through? What is the duty of Kshatriya? To fight. Fight is not the duty of Kshatriya. Anybody and everybody loves to fight. Fight for the right cause. Fight for dharma is the duty of a Kshatriya. So Kshatriya's duty is to protect the citizens. Kshatriya's duty is to protect the cows. Kshatriya's duty is to protect children, women and old people. So Kshatriyas are supposed to protect 5 kinds of people. Who are those?
Women, children, old people, Brahmanas, and
Brahmanas and cows.
cows.
Yeah, so these are the 5 people they are supposed to protect, and for that, whatever is required, they are supposed to do, they do. So in this loud call out, what we do for Shivaji Maharaj, Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha, say no? So similar for Krishna also, what we say? Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahman Hitaya Cha. So similarly, a Kshatriya is supposed to protect the cows, Brahmana, old people, children and Matajis. So for that cause, he can always fight for the protection. And most important thing, that he has to protect dharma. And for protection of dharma, he need not always fight, but then he has to personally follow dharma, and he has to see whether people are following dharma or not. And that's why we see in the history, so many kings would go, they would change their bhesa, they would change their dress and go and see what citizens are doing, whether they are following dharma or not. Or even in case of Lord Ram, he told his ministers to go and observe. And when they heard that they are talking something ill about Sita Mata, he told Sita Mata to go back to Vanavas. So it is very important duty to protect dharma. So being a Kshatriya, Arjuna, he has forgotten his Swadharma. Basically, he has forgotten his prescribed duty. So everybody has their prescribed duty. We may not understand we are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra or Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi at this position. So we have to understand very important thing, being a servant of Krishna and serve Krishna. And another important thing is to, whatever is our prescribed duty, being a student or being a teacher or being father or being mother, we have to do our prescribed duties properly. So unfortunately, Arjuna has forgotten what is his swadharma, and then he is accepting somebody else's dharma. So, nowadays that culture is so much expanding. Boys wants to become a lady and the lady wants to become a boy. Basically what they are doing is they are changing their, changing their whatever activity they are supposed to do, and they are trying to adopt somebody else's. Or, Indians are trying to adopt cultures of foreigners are trying to adopt the culture of Indian, or so many things. Grass is always green on the other side. So we always find something better, and then we try to adopt that which is not ours. Like in the current education system also we see that, somebody, even if a person is not intelligent, he's put into that situation where he has to go through that pressure of studies and so many things. There is this very nice educationist, he made a video. He was telling in current education system is like putting number of people in one box, like, the 50 people put into first standard, and then they go to second standard, and they go to third standard, and they are taught, a same thing is taught, which was not the previously, Gurukula. A guru would understand what is the nature of that person, what are the qualities of that person, and then accordingly he would give the education to the student. But nowadays that is not happening in education system. Everybody has to go through the same process, and what comes out is, some animals, not the intelligent human beings. So following our swadharma is very important. Following our prescribed duty basically is very, very important. And unfortunately Arjuna is not considering his prescribed duty, and he is getting into something else. So Krishna is saying, if you don't follow this prescribed duty properly, you will not get the right direction or right destination. If you are going on a path, if you are going to some destination, and then you say, oh no, I have to go to Solapur, but then I'll go to, this way. Solapur is this way, but I'll go to, I'll not go to north, I'll go to south. Sorry, I'll not go to south, I'll go to north. And then he is trying to move in that direction. He will not reach to the destination. So Arjuna is also not, because of not following a swadharma, he will not get heaven also, Krishna is telling. Your destination being a Kshatriya is that because if you fight this war, you will go to heaven. But just because you are not following your swadharma properly, you will not even attain that destination. So because unfortunately we are not following our swadharma properly, we will not get what we are supposed to get. So for temporary, it is always said that temporary inconvenience for permanent convenience. But many times we focus our attention on temporary inconvenience. We try to make convenient situation around us, or at that point, and then we forget that I am supposed to get some good destination. If I work hard now, I'll get good. Like we keep on telling to the students, abhi padhai karo. After 4 years you are going to get nice. 10th standard, 12th standard students, we keep on telling, yahi hai, abhi padhna hai, baad mein kuch nahi hai. So many times, but then we say, nahi, I want to be convenient, I want to be comfortable at this time. Later I'll see, कल करे सो परसों, परसों करे सो तरसों, क्योंकि हमारे पास पड़े बरसों. ऐसे सपने में हम लोग रहते हैं. Because we have so much time, we will go on. Anyways, so Arjuna has forgotten his swadharma, and because he has forgotten his swadharma, he will not get right destination. That is Swarga. So Krishna is telling that you fight this war. If you fight, even if you win or lose, you will attain Swarga, and there you will enjoy a lot. These Muslims, why they do jihad? Because they think that if I do jihad, I'll get that destination. फिर 72 नूर और फिर जो कुछ भी XYZ enjoyment they'll get. So then Krishna further is telling, if you don't follow your prescribed duty, this is something which is very important. You have heard this many times that following our prescribed duty is very important. So following prescribed duty means you have a prescribed duty as a human. First of all, as a soul, you have a prescribed duty, that is to connect to Krishna. Second, being a human, you have some prescribed duty towards the society, towards your own home, and towards yourself, while taking care of body, whatever needs are there. So being a student or being a working profession, you have to perform that particular thing properly. If you don't perform that prescribed duty properly, you are not going to get destination, and what you are going to get is sin. So Arjuna, if you don't fight this war, you are not going to get a good destination, but you are collecting sin. So that is not right. So when Krishna is telling about Sakama Karma Yoga, Krishna is not telling anything about Nishkam here. Krishna is just telling him that what benefits you are going to get, what fruits you are going to get if you perform this particular activity. And that's why this particular section is called as a Sakama Karma Yoga. Sa-kama, that with the kamana, whatever desires you have will get fulfilled. Or you do that particular activity with having some motive, having some desires behind it. So Krishna is telling in that way only, that perform your prescribed duty properly. If you don't perform prescribed duty, you are not going to get destination, but you are just collecting sin. And not only sin, you are also collecting infamy. So Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that Arjuna, you are a very famous person. And because if you don't fight this war, you are going to be infamous. You know, Krishna's one of the name is Ranchod Rai. ડાકોરમાં કોણ છે? ડાકોરમાં રણછોડ રાય છે. તો ये रणछोड़ राय is very applicable only to Krishna, not to any other Kshatriya. Any other Kshatriya running from a battlefield is called as a coward. Is, you know, but he will get n number of infamous titles. Bhagoda hai, ye hai, wo hai, so kuch, whatever. So Arjuna he is telling that you will become infamous where you are very, very famous. What are the famous names of Arjuna? Pudakeshu is okay. Dhananjaya. One who has collected the wealth. One who was a collector of the wealth. Dhana sanchay karne wale. Dhananjaya. Another name? Mahabaho. He is mighty armed. He is very powerful. Another? There are two. Kaunteya, you are coming from the dynasty of Kunti Maharani, and she is coming from which dynasty? Similarly, another name Krishna calls him. Bharata. You have such a powerful lineage, you come Kaurava dynasty. Kuru dynasty is not a simple. So Arjuna, you are very, very famous from all the sides, from mother's side, father's side, your own strength. Well, you know, there are so many people who comes from a very good lineage, opulence, beauty, everything they have. And what they do is nonsense activities. And then they become infamous. There are so many infamous people. Especially your Bollywood industry is completely infamous. Though they have beauty, they have money, they have so much. But then everybody is infamous. So Arjuna is told here, you are not only going to get sin, you are going to get infamy, you are going to be completely infamous, akirti. And then everybody will come and do what? Ninda. So Krishna is telling in 35-36 that Arjuna, if you don't follow this, everybody is going to criticize you. So you will become infamous and then everybody is going to speak ill about you. And then world is famous at it. It's a small mistake, they'll highlight it. Even for sannyas, especially for sannyasis and vairagis, it is said, no? Sannyaserar alpachidra sarva loka gaya. Sannyaserar alpachidra sarva loka gaya. Like, you know, there is a beautiful dhoti of a sannyasi and there is a small black spot on that dhoti or there is a hole on that dhoti. What you will see? Only hole. Like, you know, there is a white and then there is just one black spot there. What is seen is that black spot, not the white thing. Like today we were doing Chandan, the whole Chandan was applied, nice painting was done. And suddenly at the, you know, on the top of eyebrows of Radharani, the color came out. And then everybody's attention, oh, ganda dikh raha hai. So similarly, if you do small mistake, that will be highlighted by this world. The world is like that. And especially Arjuna, where you are at this stature, like, you know, if Modi commits a mistake, everybody is going to shout, Modi aisa hai, Modi aisa, Modi aisa, Modi aisa. Or whoever. A small mistake will be highlighted. So you are a very, very famous person, you will get infamous and then everybody is going to criticize. And in this world, nobody likes Ninda. We do Ninda, everybody likes Ninda, unfortunately, but others. We love to do Ninda of others. But when it comes to ourselves, nobody can tolerate it. We don't like it. So Arjuna, because you are a Kshatriya, now you are saying that I will not follow my Swadharma, but if somebody criticizes you, if somebody does your Ninda, you will not keep quiet. And then you will fight. And that's why this is a wrong thing you are doing, Krishna is telling to Arjuna. So neither you are going to get good thing, neither you are going to be, you know, benefited in any ways. So better perform your prescribed duties properly. So Krishna is also indicating in this particular section that if somebody performs his Sakam Karma Yoga also properly, he pleases Krishna. In the 3rd and 4th chapter, we are going to see Yoga ladder. In that Yoga ladder, I always show something which is below the ladder. That is, you know, the animalistic life. Who are into breaking 4 regulative principles, they are into illicit sex, intoxication, they are always ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam, so they are behind all these things. That is animalistic life. Above animalistic life comes karma kand. There are people who are interested in karma kand. If I perform this yajna, I am going to get some benefit, and that is the reason I am performing. I'll do Kali Puja, I'll offer this bhoga, this thing, so I'll get some benefit. Above that comes Karma Yoga. The next step is Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, there are 2 steps, Sakama Karma Yoga and Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then comes Jnana Yoga, then Ashtanga Yoga, and then Bhakti Yoga. This is how the Yoga ladder goes. So in that, The sakama karma and nishkama karma is called as a yoga. Yoga means union with God. It is a process how you can connect yourself to God. And that's why even if somebody is performing nishkama karma, he is pleasing Krishna. Even if somebody is performing sakama karma, he is also pleasing Krishna because that is the instruction of Krishna. He is not fully surrendered. He is not giving everything what he has, but still he is happy. Krishna is happy because Krishna is instructed. If somebody performs his prescribed duty properly, he is pleasing to me. So performance of prescribed duty with kamana is sakama karma yoga, and that is also pleasing Krishna because that is through the instruction of Arjuna. Krishna is instructing here. So here Krishna is talking only on swadharma perspective. So performance of swadharma is very much important. Okay? Yes, Radha Gokul. Okay, so now we'll go to verse number 38 to 53, Buddhi Yoga, which is also called as the Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay? Detached work without reaction. So till now, whatever work was done, it was with attachment and it will derive some reaction. Some good reaction or bad reaction. So in this section, we are also going to see this particular thing in 4th chapter also. So this chapter is named by Krishna, by Prabhupada is what? The content of Gita summarized. So we are going to see almost every yoga in this chapter. We are going to see Nishkama Karma, Sakama Karma, Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. We are also going to see Ashtanga Yoga, some part of Ashtanga Yoga also. So till now Krishna has told about Sakama Karma Yoga, that work with attachment and getting some reaction. Now he is telling work without attachment and you will not get reaction. So there is a term which we are going to see is karma, vikarma and akarma. These three terminologies we are going to study in 3rd chapter. 3rd chapter. So in that karma means performance or activities. Vikarma is a forbidden activities which we are not supposed to do. And akarma is what? Not doing activities akarma. Akarma, like Gyanis they tell, that you give up your attachment, give up your work, akarma. Right? That is the understanding of akarma. Then what? So that's what we are going to see, that akarma means performance of that activity for pleasure of Krishna, which will not bring any reaction. Because if you perform action, every action has equal and opposite reaction. That means every action will derive some reaction. But akarma is something which is, if you perform for Krishna, no action, no reaction. Action has to be performed for Krishna, no reaction. So this particular section, 38 to 53, focuses on this thing. And that's why it is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama means what? Without any desire. You perform, you go to your office, perform a work, but don't have any kamna कि मुझे पैसा मिलना चाहिए. Ha, so difficult. नहीं करना है मेरे को. That's what happened na. When we study about this karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, there are 3 important things Krishna says. I think that verse is going to come out now. 47. That is going to come. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. This verse says that you perform your activity. Don't expect any result. And third important thing, that don't consider yourself karta. लोग क्या बोलते, ठीक है आप बोल रहे हो ना कि कर्म कर फल की अपेक्षा मत कर. ओके ठीक है, मैं कर्म करूंगा, फल की अपेक्षा नहीं करूंगा, फल जो है भगवान को अर्पण करूंगा, बट एटलीस्ट वो मैंने काम किया वो तो बताओ. सो कृष्णा इज टेलिंग यू आर नॉट द डूअर आल्सो. तू करता नहीं है, तूने काम नहीं किया. तो लोग बोले मैं काम क्यों करूं, फिर मैंने काम भी नहीं किया, फल भी नहीं चाहिए और काम करते रहना है, मुझे काम ही नहीं करना. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड अकर्म. डेफिनेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू ज्ञानीज और मायावादीज, दैट एक्शन ही नहीं करना है. But then Krishna is, Prabhupada is, or our Gaudiya Acharyas, they tell a very nice definition. Akarma means perform the activity for the pleasure of Krishna. As soon as you perform for Krishna, you will not get any reaction. Just always perform that activity for Krishna. So Nishkama means without any kamana, without any desire, you perform that activities. Without any desire to hota nahi hai. So desiring to please Krishna or for the pleasure of Krishna, then you are not going to get any reaction. That's why it is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. Sakam and Nishkam, these are the two different things. अकर्म अकर्म, हाँ थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है उसमें, विल गेट इनटू इट. So verse number 38, सुख दुःख समे कृत्वा लाभो लाभो जया जयो ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापम वाप्स्यसि. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. So you do this activity without considering loss and profit, without considering a victory or loss, without considering victory or defeat, or without being happy or distress. Don't consider, don't have any motive, don't have any emotions, don't have any desires, and just fight this war. So through this Krishna is indicating, fight this war as my instruction. He is not directly telling, but he is just telling that just perform this activity for as an instruction. Because what Arjuna is telling, if I win this war, I will get the kingdom, but with whom I will enjoy? So Krishna is saying, happiness, distress, baaju mein rakho tumhara. He is telling, no, what is the benefit, what is the loss? Even if I get how much benefit I am going to get, I don't need anything. Don't consider of anything. Loss, gain, victory, defeat, happiness, distress, jaya, jayo, labha, labho, don't consider anything. Just perform this activity for performance as a prescribed duty, and you will not incur sin. You are not going to get any reaction. So, through this particular shloka, we understand that whatever instruction is given by Guru and Krishna, and if you just follow that instruction of Guru and Krishna, we are sure to get benefited. Here Arjuna is Krishna's disciple, and Krishna is telling Arjuna. So many places will say Krishna is trying to, start the war. Krishna is just trying to tell him that uttishta. Here also, tatho yuddhaya yujyasva. So you get up and fight. You are not going to get any sin. So Arjuna had this doubt, I'll get the sin. Krishna is saying, no, you are not going to get any sin. Get up and fight. But then Arjuna is an intelligent student like you, so he is asking more questions. Okay. Can somebody read the purport? Krishna?
Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or gain, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So, there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself into the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he devoted to anyone. As one is in the ordinary course of activities, it is said, Devarshi bhupatandranam pitranam
Devarshi bhutatmanunam pratam na kinkaro nayam nunam charajan sarvatmanaya smaranam saranyam kato mukunda parihatya kartam.
Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debater, nor is he obliged to anyone, nor the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse, and the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verses.
So this particular verse is telling that you fight now. After Sakama Karma, he is telling, okay, fine, you just fight for the sake of fighting. Perform your dharma, swadharma, and fight. Now, henceforth, Buddhi Yoga starts, the description of Buddhi Yoga. Anyone is completely surrendered to Krishna, Mukunda, then what he is going to get is, he is not going to, debtor. He is not going to have any debt. He is free from everything. Like this particular now, Devarshi Bhutatman Unam Putranam. So पितृ कर्म से आप फ्री हो जाते हो, देवताओं के कर्म से आप फ्री हो जाते हो, ऋषि मुनि के प्रति जो आपको कर्म करना है उससे भी फ्री हो जाते हो. You are free from everything. You don't have any depth. Like, being a son, you have depth towards your parent, grandparents, pitras. Being a human being, you have some responsibilities to perform towards devatas. Being towards Rishi Muni or towards a society, you are free from it if you are completely surrendered to Krishna. Because if you please Krishna, everybody is satisfied. Yasmin tushte, jagat tushtam. So if you please Krishna, everybody else is satisfied. Because you are not completely surrendered, na? This particular thing is about completely surrender. There's so many examples. Like Amrish Maharaj, who was completely surrendered, he had nothing to do, perform any prescribed duty. Like even Parikshit Maharaj, when Parikshit Maharaj got a curse from this Shringi, that time also everybody was saying that you are not bound. You can counteract that particular curse. You can, but he was so completely surrendered to Krishna, he just followed whatever is coming on his will. But then he had power to counteract or do something against it. And he was not obliged to follow those, all the norms and rules and regulations of the society. He was performing, like, this many pure devotees or the people who are at this stature. Why do they perform? Because if they don't perform, others will not follow. So they don't want to disturb the society. But they are not obliged to do that particular thing. So if somebody is completely surrendered to Krishna, that is very important. And that's why we know performance of Shraddha every year, Pitra Shraddha, we do all those things. Why? And we have a system of doing it, that we offer to Krishna and that prasadam is offered to them so they get benefited and all. We have a clear understanding. Because we are not completely surrendered to Krishna. That's why we have to perform those duties. मतलब ना घर के ना घाट के हो जाएंगे. Neither you are surrendered to Krishna, neither you are performing any prescribed duty. Either ये आपका मतलब ये performance of whatever depth you have. Depth, this is depth only. So if you don't perform that, तो यहाँ पर भी आपको कुछ reaction आने वाला है. तो यहाँ पर पूरा surrender भी नहीं है. तो बीच में अटक जाएंगे. So you perform that duty. But slowly we have to reduce that and increase this. That is also very important. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि हाँ my pitras only going to deliver. Like there are people who come to me saying that प्रभु जी ये पितृ दोष की वजह से मेरे लाइफ में पूरा वार लगा हुआ है. And they go on performing ये पूजा पितरों के लिए वो पूजा गया जाएंगे here so many things they do. No, you surrender to Krishna. You worship Krishna. You beg to Krishna for His mercy. So many people go for this Kala Sarpa Yoga, Pitra Dosh, and so many other things. Mangala, Rahu, Ketu, so many things comes on there. So you don't surrender to that particular part, surrender to Krishna, that's important. Having faith on Krishna, increasing the faith on Krishna is more important. So slowly we go on doing this. Yes.
We may not surrender to them, but we just perform to them so that we can have that concept that change ki need,
Chain ki neem.
but we can be assured that this is not troubling me, and then we will focus on our.
Do you really think that you will be relieved from that particular thing? And if you really want to get relieved, see, this is we are learning Bhakti Shastra. So whatever Shastras are telling, we have to accept it and I have to speak it. I can't just pacify you. So very important thing is that we have to have faith on Shastra. We have to faith on the words, have to have faith on the words. Krishna is what Krishna is telling. If you perform, we are going to study this particular verse in, I think in 7th or 8th chapter, which is talking about, whoever is attending that particular loka, different lokas people will attend, by whomever worship. In the same sequence, Krishna is going and telling, okay, fine, you go and worship your pitras, you will go to attend Pitra Loka. You worship devatas, you will go to heavens. After that, Krishna is telling, you don't need to that, you go and completely surrender to me. And there is also level of surrendering to Krishna. So that's what I'm saying, that we may not surrender to it. But by performance of that particular thing, you perform, there is no problem. Because our faith in Krishna is shaky. It's not very steady. Rajeshambhu ka lecture hai na, shaky se steady. So it is not completely steady, that our faith. So that's why it is very much shaking. So isliye we take shelter of something else. Okay, is understood. But my point is that we have to reduce this and increase faith in Krishna. That's very, very important. And bhakti is all about pleasing Krishna, increasing our faith towards Krishna, and surrendering more and more towards Krishna. That's very important. If you surrender, like there are so many examples, like this Narad Muni and Rugari. Brugari was doing something for his own earning. Narad Muni told, stop, Krishna will provide you everything. This Vaishya who came to disturb Haridas Thakur, he just told that you don't worry about your living, you will get everything. So similarly, Krishna when he is telling that you don't have to go to demigods, you don't have to go to Pitras, you don't have to go to any other solution. We have to understand this, we don't have to go. I am very unfortunately, there are devotees who are very strong worshippers of Devi, there are strong worshippers of Shiva, there are strong, they say, "Nah, we are completely surrendered to Krishna, we are chanting 60 rounds, we are initiated, second initiated, but then we have to worship our Kula Devi, we have to worship our, we have to go to Masoba and offer something. We don't offer that, but we offer Puran Poli." That means, so there are, but then you are trying to keep in the boat, your legs in two different boats. If you are trying to keep two legs in two different boats, you are not going to survive. You are going to fall. So, इसलिए slowly we have to reduce our faith on many things. We have to reduce our faith on astrology. We have to reduce our faith on demigod worship. We have to reduce our faith on some other supports. So many isms come. That also we have to reduce. Now because of this India-Pakistan war, Desh Bhakti is जागृत हो चुके हैं सबके अंदर. That's why people in the Bhakti Shastri call out Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji. Yeah, so even if we are not present, you are under surveillance. Please remember this. And this is a classroom. We need to follow some basic etiquettes, some basic norms of classroom. Anyways, so because Deshabhakti is Jagrut, so we will also take shelter of so many isms. So we have to understand that where are we landing? Is my consciousness is hooked towards the Pahalgam attack, or is my consciousness hooked towards, the Kashyapa Muni who was situated in Kashmir? Am I thinking about Kashyapa Muni, or am I thinking of Kashmir, that beautiful, Swarga? We have to understand. And then slowly we have to reduce the attachment towards anything which is giving some temporary benefits to us and surrender to the Supreme Lord. That is Krishna. Okay? Vishwamitra Prabhu. Okay. Verse. काय? हाँ. कल करे सो परसो, परसे करो सो तरसो. Krishna is very clear. More than Krishna, Maya is very clear. That's why, Maya has given this job. Shankaracharya, why Lord Shiva had to come and tell Mayavad? He is Lord Shiva. He is a devotee, supreme devotee, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambho, and he is coming and telling that you will become God. It must be so much painful, but why is he coming and doing that? Why is Maya Devi standing with the trident, giving Adi Devi, Adi Bhautik, Adi Klesh, Adi Atmik Klesh? Why is she giving that? Why so many isms? Why so many religions? Why so much of this? Ek the na, surrender to Krishna, that's it, nothing else. Because living entity desired so many things, and Krishna is peacefully fulfilling all the desires of living entity. So if you desire keeping your 2 feet on 2 different boards, he will fulfill your desire. Continue. Yatha ichchasi tatha karo. He is telling, jo tumhari ichha hai wo karo. He is telling, what is that? Ye yathamam prapadante. Whatever way you worship, I will give result like that. You don't worship, you will get that result. You be Nastik, no problem. You be Astik, being Astik, whatever way you want to worship, I will give results accordingly. He is very clear. He is not attached to us. He loves us. He is more than attachment. So that's why Maya Devi is standing, and then accordingly we will get the results. So Krishna is neither living entity is in hurry, neither Krishna is in hurry. So it's up to us. What do you want? Krishna is actually in hurry. He feels very much pain seeing us. Radha Undam is feeling very much painful. These all nice boys of nice devotees of Radha Undam Chandra community should go back to Godhead as soon as possible. But then we are saying no. ठीक है, वर्स नंबर 39 बुद्धि योगा. एषां ते भिहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमा शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो या पार्थ कर्म बंधम परिहास्यसि. So buddhi yoga, I am telling you buddhi yoga, please hear. Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. What was the analytical study, Govind? Ojosvi Govind nahi, Govind. Yes, what is analytical study Krishna told? Sham, please help him. What is the analytical study means? Mihir, can you hear us? Mihir. So what is Sankhya Yoga, Govind? What Sankhya Yoga we studied till now? Sankhya Yoga is a very elaborate topic, but what we have studied in Sankhya Yoga? Knowledge of Sankhya, Ganana, calculations. About what? Paman Rupu, what is Sankhya Yoga? Give him mic, let us hear from Haribol, very good. What is body, what is soul? So that is the analytical study. So Krishna is telling, so far I have given you knowledge, I have taught you about analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive result. So now please listen from me, Nishkama Karma. And that's what Krishna is writing here as Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga Tvimam Shrunu. I am going to explain Buddhi Yoga, please listen. O son of Prutha, when you act in such a knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of work. So by this, you are going to free yourself from the bondage of work. So don't worry that I'll get sinful reaction. No, you are not going to get any bondage. You are free to enjoy your kingdom. Get up and fight. Okay, so let's read the purport. This is the important purport.
According to Nirupti or the Vedic dictionary, Sankhya means that which describes things in details, and Sankhya refers to the philosophy which describes the real nature of a soul, and yoga involves controlling the senses. Arjuna's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. Forgetting his prime duty, he wanted to cease fighting because he thought that by not killing his relatives and kinsmen, he would be happier than by enjoying the kingdom after conquering his cousins and brothers.
Arjuna wanted to raise a ceasefire. Prabhupada is using cease word.
Cousins and brothers, the sons of Dhritarashtra. In both ways, the basic principle were for sense gratification. Happiness derived from conquering them and happiness derived by seeing kinsmen alive are both on the basis of personal sense gratification. Even at a sacrifice of wisdom and duty, Krishna therefore wanted to explain to Arjuna that by killing the body of his grandfather, he would not be killing the soul proper. And he explained that all individual persons, including the Lord himself, are eternal individuals. They were individuals in the past, they are individual in the present, and they will continue to remain individuals in the future. Because all of us are individual souls eternally. We simply change our bodily dress in different manners. But actually, we keep our individuality even after liberation from the bondage of material dress. An analytical study of the soul and the body has been very graphically explained by the Lord Krishna. And this descriptive knowledge of the soul and the body from the different angles of the vision has been described here as Sankhya. In terms of Nirupti dictionary, the Sankhya has nothing to do with the Sankhya philosophy of the atheist Kapila. Long before the impostor Kapila's Sankhya, the Sankhya philosophy was expounded in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the true Lord Kapila, the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who explained it to his mother, Devahuti. It is clearly explained by him that the Purusha or the Supreme Lord is active and that he creates by looking over Prakriti. This is accepted in the Vedas and the Gita. The description of the Vedas indicate that the Lord glanced over the Prakriti or nature and impregnated it with atomic individual souls. All these individuals are working in the material world for sense gratification, and under the spell of material energy, they are thinking of being enjoyers. This mentality is dragged to the last point of liberation when the living entity wants to become one with the Lord. This is the last snare of Maya or sense gratificatory illusion, and it is only after many births of such sense gratification activities that a great soul surrenders unto Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, thereby fulfilling the search after the ultimate truth. Arjuna has already accepted Krishna as a spiritual master by surrendering himself unto him.
शिष्यस्तेहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्ना.
Consequently, Krishna will not tell him about the working process in Buddhi Yoga or Karma Yoga, or in other words, the practice of devotional service only for the sense gratification of the Lord. This Buddhi Yoga is clearly explained in chapter 10, verse 10, as being direct communication with the Lord, who is sitting as Paramatma in everyone's heart, but such communication does not take place without devotional service.
Okay. So, what we see in this verse, in the first paragraph, you see Prabhupada is writing here this particular line. Arjuna's proposal not to fight was for sense gratification. Can somebody explain me this? How it was for sense gratification?
Because he wanted to enjoy his kingdom with cousins and all his relatives.
So he was ready to go and beg also. He is saying, Prabhupada is saying, Arjuna's proposal not to fight. So he was telling, I'll take a begging bowl and go to jungle and sit in the jungle. So Arjuna was ready. He was not ready to. He did not want to enjoy with his cousins. He was ready to beg and be a sannyasi.
So, Prabhu, can I answer?
Yes, Prathamesh.
So, Prabhu, it was his duty to fight being a Kshatriya, but not performing his duty and, falling for senses, like thinking of other people, being attached to them. So, maybe that was sense gratification over here.
Okay, close to the answer. If he kills his relatives or whatever it is, it's his duty. But if he does that, he will feel guilty. He doesn't want to feel guilty and all those things.
So even after war also he was feeling guilty, but then he was satisfied also at the same time. Gita
Because he wasn't following the instructions of the Lord. Therefore,
If you don't follow the instruction of Lord, that means you are into sense gratification, right?
no, but if the Lord is telling you that, you won't get sin and you have to fight, this is your duty, you have to fight for Dharma. So then,
So that's what I'm saying. If you don't follow the instruction of God, and that means you are in sense gratification, right? Yes, it is.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else? Yes, Sahil Bro, what do you say? How come this is a sense gratification? No, you have to give. Adinath? How do you think this is a sense gratification? Not to fight. फाइट युद्ध नहीं चाहिए, किंगडम नहीं चाहिए, फिर भी उसको इंद्रिय भोग कहा है. Yes, Mataji, what do you say? Homework.
Not do something is also sense gratification.
To not do something is also sense gratification. How? You are right, but how?
Because you are doing something.
Prabhu, may I answer?
Yes.
So, Prabhu, I think anything you do apart from serving Krishna or apart from the desire of what Krishna desires is called a sense gratification.
Yes, you are right. I'm looking for something more specific.
Can we say it like that? That Arjuna was very much attached to his, we cannot call it pride, but attached to his next future deeds, whatever would come. That means he would feel guilty about it, or he would get sin and all these things. So because of that, somewhere or the other, he was attached to himself.
Okay. You have answered quite a lot. It's a good answer. Thank you. So Arjuna was attached to what? His own opinions. Arjuna was attached to what? whatever he studied something in Dharma Shastra, whatever he studied in Artha Shastra, or whatever he understood, that this is right. So whatever we think that what I'm doing is right, or whatever we like, is always a sense gratification. We should always see whatever is desired by, liked by Krishna and Guru. So Arjuna, what he's trying to do is, he's attached, as our Rishikesh Sir said, that he's attached. Yes, he's attached to his own opinions. And also, he's doing what he wants to do. He said, I don't want to fight. First he said that take the chariot in between. I want to see the army. After seeing the army, he said, I don't want to fight. He's not paying attention to anything else. What Arjuna did, Arjuna took a vow that I'll fight with these Kauravas. For what? Because they killed my sons, or they insulted my wife, or they tried killing Bhima, they tried killing Pandavas, they troubled their mother, they took out all their opulence. So he was very angry. He wanted to fight. He wanted to take the revenge. In fact, later also, after the war, after hearing the Gita also, he went through this phase where he said, okay, forgive, chhod do. But Krishna again said, what, tumne Gita nahi suni kya? So anyways, the point is, attached to our own opinions or doing things according to our own will is sense gratification. And that's why Krishna is telling, in the next sentence, Prabhupada is saying that forgetting his prime duty, he wanted to cease fighting. So he forgot his prime duty. So many times we forget our own duties and then we do whatever we want to do. प्रभु जी आप दीक्षित भक्त है, आपको 16 माला का जप करना चाहिए, अच्छे तेज है, गुरु महाराज को आपने वचन दिया है कि मैं बहुत तीव्रता से अपनी माला के ऊपर हरे कृष्ण मंत्र का जप करने का प्रयास करूंगा. बट हमारे कुछ भक्त रहते हैं, कल करे सो परसों, पेंडिंग लिस्ट रहता है लोगों का, आज का 2 बचा है, परसों का 4 बचा है, तरसों का 16 बचा है, फिर मेरे 20 बचे, 22 बचे, 100 बचे, 200 बचे, फिर हम लोग मायापुर जाएंगे और 7 दिन में कंप्लीट करेंगे. ऐसे बहुत सारे अंडरस्टैंडिंग के साथ लोग आते. No, whatever vows you have taken, perform it properly. Whatever your dharma is, perform your dharma properly. If you are not performing your dharma properly, not following the instructions properly, you are only into sense gratification. Where Krishna says to Arjuna, this is nothing but lust, Arjuna.
पण मी तर भक्ती करतोय, मानेशिवानी करतोय, ते पण सेन्स ग्रॅटिफिकेशन आहे.
जे काही आपण करतोय व आपल्या स्वतःच्या हिशोबाने इज सेन्स ग्रॅटिफिकेशन. It's coming out of your own mind and senses. So individual only accepts to surrender to Krishna. See, not everybody is coming to Krishna. Not everybody is surrendering to Guru. When you chose to surrender to Krishna and Guru, you have to follow that. See, whatever Guru is telling you is desire of Krishna. And Krishna is so merciful. He is saying, यथा इच्छसि तथा करो, जो तुम्हारी इच्छा है तुम करो, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलने वाला हूँ. But ये करना पड़ेगा अगर मेरे पास आना है तो. And everybody says this. You are surrendered. You are initiated devotee now. Was that when Guru Maharaj आप जरा 16 माला ज़्यादा ही बोल रहे हैं. 4 पे चलेगा ना अपना दे दो ना दीक्षा. चला कैसे? The Guru Maharaj has told that this is mandatory. You have to do. Prabhupada has mentioned this is mandatory which you have to do. So similarly, Krishna is also saying that this is mandatory if you have to attend. Otherwise, you will always land up in sense gratification. There are always the chances of landing in sense gratification. Satisfying our own senses, when it comes to senses, it is senses and mind. When you say that I am doing bhakti according to my way, means you are doing according to your mind. If you say that I am doing bhakti according to scriptures, according to the words of Guru, according to the instructions of Sadhu, then you are performing a right bhakti, right? We always follow Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. As soon as you say, नहीं मैं मेरे मन से कर रहा हूँ, mind is sense. That means you are trying to gratify your mind. That means you are trying to gratify your senses. Huh? We are not behind Sukruti, which is a very small thing. It is a very, very small thing. It's a very simple thing. You are running behind 50 paisa. Where you are supposed to get nice gold chain, gold earring, whatever, XYZ. You are going to get much more. But then we are running behind something petty. We are, when you are performing devotional service, when you understood the properly process of devotional service, we are not running behind Sukruti. Please always understand. It is byproduct. It is default you are going to get it. Okay? Another important thing, like we always say that those are children below 5 years. When Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj says, Komaram acharat pragyat dharman bhagavataniha, and he's saying that, you should start performing devotional service, Bhagavata Dharma, from Kumar age. What is the Kumar age means? How much is the age? 5-year-old onward, 5 onwards is a Kumar age. So somebody who is below 5 does not get any sinful reaction. Why? Because he is in ignorance. If somebody is in ignorance, he is blissful. And in that he performs papa also, punya also, sukriti yukta bhakti also, sukriti yukta karma also. So he is going to get whatever he is supposed to get. Pap milega, punya milega, sukriti milega. When he is performing that in ignorance, somebody does not have knowledge of this particular scripture, then he is in ignorance. And then he is going, while walking on the street, he says, Hare Krishna, he is going to get sukruti. And in some life he is going to become a devotee. But now which life we don't know. But now if somebody has understood, somebody has surrendered to Guru and Krishna, somebody has vowed to attain Krishna, or somebody has desired to attain a Krishna Prem, he doesn't run behind small petty things. He is not a small child of 5-year-old who does not get any sinful reaction for ignorance, being ignorant. Okay? So please don't run behind some sukruti. Don't try to collect, Thembe thembe tale sache Prabhuji. Don't try to collect, sukruti by drop. You can collect a lot within a moment by surrendering to Krishna and not doing our bhakti according to our own mind. Okay? Okay. Another important thing, if you see in the purport, Prabhupada is talking about liberation. And a very important statement which comes, this particular, this mentality is dragged to the last point of liberation. All these individuals are working in the material world for sense gratification. Under the spell of material energy, they are thinking of being enjoyer. तो माया शक्ति के अंदर वो लोग सोच रहे हैं कि मैं enjoy कर रहा हूँ. I'm the enjoyer. This mentality is dragged to the point of liberation when a living entity wants to become one with the Lord. So liberation means mukti. That means he is attaining Brahman platform. Till attaining Brahman platform or meditating on Brahman platform is also sense gratification. Because you are thinking that I will become God. I will become God. No, all that why you came to this material world?
I want to enjoy.
Enjoy. And enjoy being, you are trying to be enjoyer means what? You are trying to be God. As soon as you say Krishna is the enjoyer, I am not the enjoyer. You are identifying that Krishna is God and I am living entity. Krishna is Parmeshwar, I am tiny living entity. As soon as you say that I will become one with God, that means I am God. As soon as you say I am God, that means you are trying to compete with God. And that means that is all because of the desire of sense gratification. So those people who are trying to merge into Brahman, after merging into Brahman, they think that I have become Brahman now. I have become God. I am the supreme enjoyer. And this enjoyer mentality is till liberation Prabhupada is saying. So it is so dangerous, so deadly. Like, many times we tell this, that when the living entity goes back to God, you are made to sit in a Vaikuntha aeroplane, there are some Vishnu Dutas who are fanning you, and then you are taken, you go from here to America, and then from there the takeoff happens. No, not like that. From here you go to Swargaloka, and then you see beautiful Apsaras, and no disease, no death, no old age. Everybody is enjoying, everybody is fit and fine, beautiful, glazing them. And as soon as you say, like, immediately you do lick chick chick, and then you land up. You say, "नहीं, मुझे मेरा railway station मेरा ये आ गया है, मेरा stop आ गया है. Let me get down here." And that's what Prabhupada said. This is unfortunate thing. 80% of my disciples will land up in heaven. So you have opportunity to go to back to God, but then you are shown everything. ये भी देखो. And then which desire, like somebody saying, heaven is, I don't care. I spit at the sense gratification. ऐसा बोल के वो कहीं ऊपर जाएगा. But then he goes to a Brahmaloka and then he say everything is intelligence here. So intellectual people, and then his intelligence arises, his Panditya arises, and he says, I am also intelligent, I want to become intelligent. He'll land up there. And then he's again taken up, he's on the Brahman platform. He said, yes, I have become God. Why should I go and serve there? I don't need to serve, I have become God. If that kind of mentality will come, he'll land up there. So going to Vaikuntha is not so easy. So sense gratification, desire for sense gratification can trouble us at any point. And that's why everyone has to be extremely careful. Prabhupada said, I'm fearful, I'm worried that my disciples are not fearful of Maya. Huh? My disciples are not fearful of Maya. How many of us are fearful of Maya? Tell. How many of you are fearful of Maya? If somebody says no, I want to check his mobile. Give. So, what we go through surfing, what we access, what we read, what we speak. We have such a good devotees who speak so much about cricketers, and we speak so much about fightings, and there are so many good devotees who are trying to make their body very attractive. They are saying, I am very much fearful of Maya, but I want to look attractive. There are so many devotees who are, coming with so many creative, innovative ideas of working in this world, doing activities in this world. And then they say, no, I am fearful of Maya. Maya is very dangerous. She can harm. No, we are not scared. Neither even a साल में एक बार भी हम लोग नहीं सोचते कि Maya is so dangerous. And that's why Prabhupada is using a word here, that is the last snare of Maya. The next statement is, this is the last snare of Maya or sense gratification activities that the great souls surrender unto Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, thereby fulfilling the search after the ultimate truth. So, my dear friend, snare means, last snare of Maya means जाल, ऐसा जाल फेंकते ना माया जाल का, it's last snare. What is the exact meaning of snare? Last look? नहीं सर,
device used to catch birds or animals.
हाँ, माया का जाल है बेसिकली, माया जाल है. So Maya Jale, we have to understand that Maya Jale is still when, and then we have to be so much careful. Padam padam yat vipadam nateshan. Every step there is a danger. Huh? So you can call out Jai Bhavani. Your moral will be high.
आपण म्हणतो की शेवटच्या क्षणाला आपण भगवंताचं स्मरण आलं नाही. काहीतरी करून झालंच. आपण एवढे भाग्यवान असं झालं. परत तुम्ही म्हणताय स्वागत न जाताना परत तिथं पडलं मग. आपली इच्छा असं होणार.
Yes.
डोळे बंद करायचे. आजामेल पण परत डोळे आजामेल पण परत आते ते 12 वर्ष.
तो गेलाच नव्हता. He saw the whole situation and then he realized. So don't worry, if you follow the process sincerely, Krishna will take care of everything. But follow the process sincerely, that's very important. As soon as we say, well, lagel means we have, कि बरसों पड़े अपने पास, हम देख लेंगे. Khatwanga Maharaj, when he got to know that he has only a moment remaining. What is the calculation of moment? One moment, one action, मतलब कितना?
1/12 of a second.
1/12 of the second. मतलब एक सेकंड म्हणजे किती कालावधी असतो? संपला, 2 सेकंद संपून गेले. प्रश्न विचारतात. So 1 second का 1/12 part is one shan. So he understood that I have only one moment in which I am going to die and I have to attend Krishna. And then within a moment he attained Krishna. So the calculation is of heaven. He was in heaven, he was fighting the war for the demigods, and when he realized that he has a moment remaining, Immediately he came to earth. He very sincerely performed a devotional service and went back to earth. Huh? Whatever process he had to follow during that time, he followed the process very sincerely. So my dear friends, a very important question. How many of you know that you have a moment remaining? Anybody knows here that I have only a moment remaining? अरे प्रभु जी 70 साल तो है आराम से है ना I hope and pray to Radha Undan Chandra that you have 50 years, not only 15 years. But then please always remind yourself, please be aware of this particular fact that we don't know whether I have moment also or not. And that's why better not to let our moral down. Let what? Very good. And you असे भरपूर वर्ष तू जग काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही आहे. But then we don't know when that is going to come. And for that it is very important, if you want to remember Krishna, just follow the process, which is very simple, which is not tough. The process is very simple. Follow that process sincerely. If you follow the process sincerely, we can go away from this Maya Jal, snare of Maya. Otherwise, till liberation, उधर तक माया आपका हाथ छोड़ने नहीं वाली है. वो जाल बिछाती रहेगी. और हमारे तो क्या है ना, आप बिछाओ हमारे. वो स्टोरी है ना, वो सब बर्ड्स एक दूसरे को सिखाते रहते हैं. उसमें से जो मेन लीडर बर्ड है वो सिखाता है क्या, शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत. हम लोग बोलते हैं माया आएगी, जाल डालेगी, फंस जाओ. फंसेंगे. ऐसा है अपना. तो वो स्टोरी में अंत में क्या होता है, बर्ड्स जो है वो सब लोग बोलते हैं शिकारी आएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, फंसना मत. ऐसे बोलते बोलते सब लोग जाते, जाल के इधर दाना खाते, शिकारी जाल में उनको पकड़ के लेके जाते. हम लोगों का ऐसा ही है. बीइंग अ डिवोटी, बीइंग अ ISKCON followers for last so many years, Maya is very dangerous. You have to be careful of Maya. Stay away from Maya. And then what we do? Next moment we will end up in Maya. And then Maya is coming, slapping, beating, kicking. बहुत कुछ करके जा रही है. फिर भी माए मेरी है ना, प्यार करती है. काय झालं? Anyways, so Prabhupada is telling a very important thing here. Pay attention to this particular. So, anyways, why is Prabhupada telling this particular thing is that attainment of Krishna is not so easy. And for that, Arjuna, you don't become attached to all this, your opinions. You are into a sense gratification, basically, Krishna is telling. And that's why, on that basis, Prabhupada is talking what is sense gratification and how long the sense gratification can trouble us. So, we have to be extremely careful, and basically, we have to be detached from our attachments. Or basically, we have to be detached from our opinions, our attachments, and we have to do every activity. We have to do every activity for the pleasure of Krishna. And it is possible. Every activity can be performed for the pleasure of Krishna. Even the activity of sex also can be performed for the pleasure of Krishna. So that's why, that's till that point. I mean, that is the worst thing considered in this world, or highest pleasure considered in this world. All these things can be performed for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay, so we'll go to next verse. You all can read that. Neha vikramana sosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. तो जिसका मोरल डाउन हुआ था, कृष्णा इज ट्राइंग टू cheer up. You can do it. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Very encouraging, hope giving statement. That if you perform this particular activity, swalpam api yasya dharmasya, thoda bhi, even if you perform this devotional service little bit, trayato mahato bhayat, that you can be delivered from mahato bhayat, this bhayav jo jagat hai, उससे आप निकल जा सकते हो. In this endeavor there is no loss, no diminution, no destruction or decrease. Even a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. What is the most dangerous type of fear in this world? Bhaya is mrityu. So even from the fear of mrityu, you can be free from that fear. In this endeavor, there is no loss, no diminution. So if you perform the activity for the pleasure of Krishna, there is no loss. You are not going to lose anything. A little advancement on this path, very small advancement, can protect you from the fear of death. Because Arjuna is fearful of loss here, scared of loss. So Krishna is pacifying him. That loss, don't worry of loss. Not about this loss, not about the loss of these people, not about the loss of your own body. Matlab death, Arjuna may be scared na, that in this war field I may die. Better I don't fight this war. So Krishna is don't look at the watch. We are going to continue this section. So don't be fearful at all. Don't be scared. And you will be completely free from the fear of death. This particular verse, which is mentioned here from Srimad Bhagavatam, Tyaktva sadharma ancharnam bhujam hare bhajana apakvat pate tato yad yatra kva vabhadra adbhut amshusakim ko varta apto bhagavat bhajatam swadharmata. If someone gives up his occupational duty and works in Krishna consciousness, then falls down an account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part, and what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or as the Christian says, what profited a man if he gains the whole world yet suffers the loss of his eternal soul? Yes. We are not talking anything about Vaishnava Aparadh here. Because of Vaishnava Aparadh, you will surely go away from Krishna. So you going away from Krishna is fall down. Here Krishna, what losses Krishna is talking about is because of sense gratification or because of not performing that particular activity, you are going to be caught up in this chakra of Janma Mrityu Chakravadi. और मतलब एक्शन रिएक्शन के चक्र में आप अटकने वाले हो. Not only for regulative principle. He is not talking about vikarma here. He is even talking about karma. Any activity you perform, reaction is going to come. What Krishna is telling here, that you perform action for my pleasure, you are not going to get reaction. So if somebody is performing this way, that you perform for pleasure of Krishna, you are not going to get reaction. So there is no loss. कुछ loss नहीं होने वाला है action करने का. But if you perform action for your own satisfaction, you are surely going to get reaction. And forget what to speak about vikarma, the forbidden activities. If you perform the forbidden activities, you are sure to get so many sins or sinful reaction. So here Krishna is talking about that even if you are performing activity for according to your own understanding, for somebody or your own pleasure, you are in trouble. But if you perform for my pleasure, there is no loss. There is no loss at all. Material activities and their results end with body, but work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness. Very hope giving, right? So if somebody is saying that Prabhuji मरने दर तक अगर 2 बोट में अगर हम लोग पैर रखेंगे तो क्या? Don't worry, Krishna will not leave you. Krishna consciousness will not leave you. But it's up to us ना. It's our own desire. कब जाना है? कब जाना है शाम? टाइम हो गया प्रभु जी, अभी जाना ही है. राइट विश्वामित्र? वेरी गुड. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human, either in the family of a great cultured Brahmana or a rich aristocratic family that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. We are going to study out Yoga Bhrashta in 6th chapter. 6th chapter, Yoga Bhrashta. Yoga Bhrashta means on the path of yoga, if somebody is, takes a detour, Bhrashta ho jata hai. Yoga ke path mein agar if somebody is not performing, what happens? So, Arjuna is not a Maya. Yoga Bhrashta means very simple. You have decided I want Krishna, 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 and suddenly you see a beautiful girl and then you get diverted. And then you forget everything. You forget Krishna. So in that there are many processes, not only a beautiful girl, but there are many other yoga process, many other distractions will come and person may get diverted, but he was performing a devotional service sincerely. But at the end, he could not attain Krishna because of his diversion. So Arjuna is asking, what happens to him? So Krishna is telling, what Prabhupada is writing in the last paragraph, last few lines, that if somebody is performing a Krishna consciousness and he could not attain, at least in next life he will take birth in a Brahman family and aristocrated family and well-cultured family, basically a Vaishnava family, and where he will not cry for opulence, he will not cry for knowledge, he will not cry for beauty, he will not cry, he will have everything, and with that he will also perform Krishna consciousness. So many times devotee children who are sincerely practicing devotional service, I see them like a yoga brashtas from last life. Yes. None of you, okay? At least we should not consider ourselves. When you, just 1 minute, when you say it's like, we'll see sometime in our studies, it will come. Krishna is saying that because of the previous karma, punya karma, he is attaining Krishna consciousness or he is coming to a path of bhakti. So somebody will say, "Arey, मैं बहुत पुण्यवान हूँ." So one should not consider that is the ego. मैं बहुत पुण्यवान हूँ इसलिए मैंने ऐसे घर में जन्म लिया है, मैं बहुत पुण्यवान हूँ इसलिए मैं भक्ति कर रहा हूँ. Don't have this understanding. It is causeless mercy. इस अहेतु की कृपा. ये अपने ऊपर जो आया हुआ है वो अहेतु की कृपा है. Understand this. At least I consider that way. Maybe Vishwamitra is not able to.
कोणी rigid असतं ते.
This
What?
particular thing.
Yes, 1 minute, Rishikesh.
तर कोण rigid असेल त्याचं behavior मध्ये, त्याला माहिती आहे की नाही, माझा last timeचा माझा चांगली स्मृती आहे, कर्म आहे, त्यामुळेच माझा भक्तिमध्ये आला. अशा थिंकिंगच्या व्यक्तीसोबत काय केलं पाहिजे?
अहंकार विमूढात्मा करता अहमिति मन्यते.
म्हणजे शास्त्र सांगते
Shastra सांगते, but you don't consider ना. You don't know about last life. You cannot predict your future. You can't be judge of what is happening.
पण ऍटलीस्ट फॅक्ट आहे ना, फॅक्ट आहे ना, शास्त्र फॅक्ट आहे, शास्त्र स्टेटमेंट फॅक्ट आहे. जरी फॅक्ट नसला पण हाय प्रोबॅबिलिटी आहे ना,
Hi.
95-99% हेच आहे.
No, it's very simple. According to our own actions, our own bodily, our own words, our own thought process, we should be understanding whether I was a devotee in last life or not.
आवाज कट केला.
It's very. I see myself like that way. If for no reason I'm becoming angry. If for no reason I feel lusty. If for no reason I'm greedy about running behind something, I should really judge myself whether I was a devotee or not. It is a fact. It is a fact that Shastra says that because of punya karma, one gets a devotional service. And also, Shastra says that because of ahaytuki krupa, they prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rastu jayate, because of ahaytuki kruta, matlab somebody may be a dog in last life. And he just got a Krishna prasad, got association of some devotees. And he got a human form and a devotional life. That is possible. There are some devotees who are very compassionate. जैसे मंदिर से बाहर निकलते करताल लेते हैं, they just don't sing in temple hall as a performance. They also go sing whenever there is opportunity. they immediately take a kartal and then Hare Krishna and they I asked the devotee क्यों करते भाई? बोले ये पेड़ पौधे इन्होंने कभी कब सुनेंगे? ये 400-500 साल यहीं पे रहेंगे, एटलीस्ट 100-200 साल ये बड़े बड़े झाड़ यहीं पे रहेंगे, उनके कान के ऊपर हरिनाम तो जाना चाहिए. So whenever we go out and perform a street harinam, we are benefiting the world, we are benefiting many. So we should be enthusiastic for Nagar Sankirtan. Okay, soon we are going to have. Anyways, why did I say that? Just 1 minute. Why did I say that? So we don't know what was our last life. So better not to become a judge, not to become find out what was my last life and all. I will always consider this is nothing but a hetuki krupa. The first canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a glorification. When Shonakada Rishi asked question to Sutta Goswami, that there are 6 questions which are asked in the first canto, first chapter, by Shonakada Rishi to Sutta Goswami. And then Sutta Goswami is answering. When Sutta Goswami is answering, a very important thing comes is about, there is mentioned that Sutta Ugrasava Uchuhu. That is, the son of Romaharshan Sutta Ugrasava Uchu, aisa likha. तो रोमहर्ष का जो पुत्र है सुत, जिसका नाम उग्रश्रव है, वो सुत जो है वो बोलने वाले हैं, ऐसा कहा है इज सेइंग. So purposefully their word Romharsha Suta is used because he's a son of Romharsha who was killed by Balramji, first of all. Second thing, he's a Suta. Suta means he's the very lowest category, lower caste. But being in the lower caste, he's very much elevated. And there Suta Goswami starts glorifying Sukhadev Goswami, who is his spiritual master, and from whom he heard Srimad Bhagavatam. And the very first important thing Suta Goswami says, that because of his causeless mercy, I have got this. So whenever we are seeing ourselves, this is very important, being a devotee, being a disciple, being a servant of Krishna. मेरा previous life में कर्मा अच्छा था, इसलिए मैं devotee बना, is अहंकार. Then seeing that because of the causeless mercy of my spiritual master, because of the causeless mercy of the whole Guru Shishya Parampara, because of the causeless mercy of Krishna, I have attained this. Shastras are saying, Shastras are fact, 95% नहीं होता है, as you are saying. But then our mood should be like that, and that's a mood of humility, that's the right mood, being a devotee, being a Vaishnava. But as soon as we start saying, है ना अपना बैंक बैलेंस, इट्स वेरी सिंपल ना, कौन रुबाब झाड़ता है? जिसके पास पैसा है ना, पाता है रुबाब झाड़ता है. कोई गरीब ऐसा रास्ते का आया और बोले क्या है तेरा, क्या है तेरे पेट पीछे, यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग इन बैक. So one who has something in backup, he is like always confident of something. So we'll also develop that ego. We'll also start developing, that some foolish illusory understanding that हाँ मैं कुछ महान हूँ. So don't keep this understanding. That's important. In fact, I tell parents, even if your son is very sattvic, even if your son is very devotional, don't try to tell him that, अरे तुम बहुत योग भ्रष्ट है, ऐसे मत बताओ. वो बहुत इल्यूजन में चला जाएगा और योग भ्रष्ट की जगह पे और भ्रष्ट हो जाएगा वो. So that's not right thing. Anyways, so where are we? So Prabhupada is talking about yoga bhrashta in last few lines. Further, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. This is my favorite verse. Verse number 41. If you are getting late, you can go. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. एकेह कुरु नंदना बहुशाखाय अनंतस्य बुद्धयो व्यवसायिना. So Srila Prabhupada said, I have established this ISKCON movement on this verse. Prabhupada, this was one of the favorite verses of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, I always meditated on this verse. So this is a very, very important verse. Please by heart this verse. I hope this verse is there in the recitation. नहीं है आहे. Okay, everybody has to by heart this verse. So व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एकेह कुरुनंदना. व्यवसाय, अगर if somebody has a business to do, is focused at that business, is always thinking about that business, profit, loss कैसे नहीं avoid करना है, so many things. So he is completely focused at that part. So Prabhupada is telling, your vyavasaya is what? What is your vyavasaya?
To do Krishna service.
Oh, very good. Performing is Krishna consciousness, is saying. Performing devotional service is our vyavasaya. So that vyavasaya is what? Our vyavasaya is performance of Krishna consciousness. So Krishna, what is told? Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeh kurunandan. Hey kurunandan, उसी के ऊपर focus करो. Here Arjuna is trying to avoid the war. So Krishna is telling your duty, your vyavasaya is what? Fighting this war, winning this war. That is your vyavasaya. Just focus on that particular thing. Why are you thinking about what will happen to the whole lineage? There will be Varna Sankara, and then there will be Varna Sankaras will not offer oblations to the forefathers, and then the loss of religion will happen, and then loss of whole dynasty, loss of dharma will happen. तुमको किसने बोला है? Don't think about it. You just be focused on this particular. Arjuna is telling, I have developed some karuna, compassion towards all of them. No, leave your compassion aside. Just be focused. It is a false compassion. Arjuna came up with so many. He himself is telling, aggressors should not be left. We should kill aggressors. We should go and fight. Our devotees are giving reaction after this Pahalgam attack, and they're saying these Atatais, aggressors who are terrorists, should not be left. We should kill them. Krishna is telling, some YouTubers are speaking all these things. Yeah. That is not the topic for the discussion. So being focused, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ekeha Kurunandana. Here Arjuna is again reminded of Kuru Nandana. You are the son of Kuru dynasty. So you come from a very powerful dynasty. Right, Vishwamitra, what is your dynasty? Right, Shannokuli. We are very proud of being Shannokuli. But in वो Shannokuli में क्या आया, कहाँ से आया? We should understand that. That's very important. So व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एकेह कुरुनंदा, एक ही चीज करना है. So this should be followed in our life. Very important है. Being a student, we take a book and instead of reading physics, chemistry, biology, we read something else. We meditate on something else. Right? We are in the class and then our vyavasaya, our dhyan is somewhere else. Our action is doing something else. No, be focused at whatever activity you are doing. So for duty, chanting, while chanting, it is very important verse to remember ourselves, remind ourselves that chanting, you are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So hear that mantra, focus on that mantra, very important. So whatever activity we are doing, be focused at that particular activity. If you are focused at that particular activity, success is going to come. Prabhupada was focused at only one thing. What? Following the instruction of Guru. My Guru Maharaj has given me instruction that go and preach in a Western world. Prabhupada was not behind 108 temples, 10,000 followers, Instagram followers, Facebook followers. Prabhupada was not focused at that. Prabhupada was not, in one of the, that past time Prabhupada was sitting in New York and suddenly a bus conductor came and sat next to Prabhupada. And he said, Swamiji, what are you here for? What do you have? Prabhupada said, I have 108 temples, I have 10,000 followers. So he said, Arey, kya hua? Swamiji ko kuch ho gaya kya? There is nobody around, he is sitting alone, he is hardly having any opulence. And he is saying that I have 108 temples all over the world. So he was so focused that yes, ye karna hai. And one who is focused will always attain success. There are so many success stories in this material world, around us. Every year you see a success story coming up. 10 student scoring 100 out of 100, 12 student, AIR 1, UPSC AIR 1, somebody from some village gets a UPSC, he is getting some 50th rank, 500th rank, and some whatever XYZ. Previously Maharashtra people, so many Maharashtra people are not scoring good in UPSC, MPSC. MPSC obviously, but UPSC. But now so many Maharashtrians are also scoring good. But are we focused? Or our focus is getting diverted? Very, very important thing. Everything in our life, are we focused? Very important. Vyavasayatmaka buddhi, ekeha kurunandana. Next line is most important. Bahushakha ya
भक्ती म्हणजे कृष्णाची ऑर्डर फॉलो करणं म्हणजे फाईट करणं. प्रत्येक इंडिव्हिज्युअलसाठी वेगळं असतं.
अर्जुनाच्या या क्षणाला किंवा या कालावधीमध्ये ती त्याची ड्युटी होती. Following the instruction of Krishna. Otherwise he was anyways performing, remembering Krishna, performance of devotional service he was doing.
प्रत्येक इंडिव्हिज्युअलचं प्रत्येक टाइम आणि सर्कमस्टन्सच्या हिशोबाने वेगळं असं पाहिजे.
असं नाही प्रत्येकाचं. हा ऑब्वियसली प्रत्येकाचं इंडिव्हिज्युअलचं आहे. इट्स अल्टिमेटली युअर चॉईस दॅट when you want to do is your choice. But then a prescribed duty is same. Kaliyuga का prescribed duty है chanting the holy name of Lord. In that, while chanting, you are connected to Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, so your Hare Krishna mantra would chant. Somebody must be chanting Om Namo Narayana. Somebody must be chanting some other mantra in some other format. Krishna Meka Sharanam Ekam, all of that. So they are performing different processes, different sampradayas are giving authentic sampradayas, I'm saying. They are giving her different processes given by God, Lord in different ways, and they are practicing. But then at this point, this group of devotees are told, this is the way you are supposed to do. So you do it. Simple. Morning ब्रह्म मुहूर्त के समय पे हरे कृष्ण का जप करना चाहिए. प्रातः के समय पे गुरु महाराज का स्मरण करना चाहिए. Dhayanstu Vansashi Yashasri Sandhya, that 3 times we remember the glories of God, meditate on the glories of Guru. You read scriptures, you hear classes, you always remember Krishna. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. They try to always chant the holy name of Lord. That is the process. And we follow that process. Okay? Some principles are same for all. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, same for all. always do my kirtan, always meditate, always do my remember me. That is same for all. We are talking about that only, being a devotee. So, Bahushakhayi Anantasya Buddhayo Vyavasayina. So if the intelligence is multi-branched, then person will not attain anything. So what is the exact meaning? Those who are on the path are resolute in purpose. Their aim is one. O beloved child of Guru, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. So the Bahu Shakha, ही Anantasya. If there are अनंत शाखा, if there are multi branch, एक झाड़ होता है उसके बहुत सारे अलग अलग branches होते हैं ना. So if you are similarly, if you are going in multi branch, 10th standard के बाद क्या करना है? There is a big tree diagram comes. ये branch है, ये branch है, ये branch है, ये branch है, and choose. If somebody is not focused, उसका कुछ dream नहीं है, उसका कुछ goal नहीं है, he will try to go in different things, and then he will be completely bewildered. So Krishna is telling, जिसका one who is multi-branched, one whose focus is multi-branched, he will never attain peace. He will never be focused. He will never attain success in life. So हम लोग तो सिर्फ एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि दो बोट में हमारे पैर नहीं हो सकते. या तो कृष्ण बोल रहे बहुशाखा. If you are focused, you are saying that Krishna is my goal of my life, but I will also go and do something in pubs. I'll also go and do something in college. I'll also do and become a social whatever. I'll become a politician. I'll also become some social worker. I'll also become some officer, minister. You try to be multi-branch. No, you cannot. So being focused at our particular thing is very important. If you have decided to be one particular thing, follow it. Doctor बनना है doctor, lawyer बनना है lawyer, engineer बनना है engineer. Focus. स्टूडेंट बन के स्टूडेंट पे फोकस, वर्किंग लाइफ में फोकस, मैरिड लाइफ में फोकस. उसी के साथ साथ बीइंग अ डिवोटी फोकस्ड इन कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस. सक्सेस इज श्योर, बट इफ यू आर नॉट फोकस्ड, इफ यू आर हैविंग मल्टी ब्रांच, इफ यू आर गोइंग, योर फोकस इज डाइवर्टेड इन 100 थिंग्स, यू कैन नॉट अटेन एनीथिंग. कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. बहुशाखाई अनंतस्य बुद्धयो व्यवसायिना. ही इज व्यवसायत्मक, इसका व्यवसायत्मक बुद्धि खत्म हो चुका है. तो हमारा व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि होना चाहिए. बिजनेस माइंडेड जो होते हैं ना, जस्ट पैसा पैसा दिखता है, बिजनेस की तरफ भी फोकस रहते हैं, वैसे बेसिकली बोल रहे हैं. अपना व्यवसाय है कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस. प्लीज रीड द पर्पट, ऋषि विश्वामित्र प्रभु.
Purport. A strong faith that by Krishna consciousness one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayitmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 22.62 states.
श्रद्धा शब्दे विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चय, कृष्ण भक्ति कैले सर्व कर्म कृत होए.
Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime.
Sahil?
When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not to act in relation to the material world with obligations to family traditions, humanity and nationality. Fruitive activities are the engagements of one's reactions from the past good or bad deeds. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good result in his activities. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, all activities are on the absolute plane, for they are no longer subject to dualities like good and bad. The highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of material conceptions of life. This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness.
So Prabhupada is writing here very nice statement. He is explaining what is faith. Prabhupada says faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. So if you have faith on something, that faith is not wavering, that faith is not shaky. It's a steady faith. It's not unflinching. एकदम strict है. It is like that. So when you have accepted Krishna as Supreme Lord, when you have accepted Krishna as your Ishtadev, yes, nothing else, it's only Krishna. When you have accepted Krishna consciousness is going to help me for the lifetime, it is the only sublime process which I have to follow. You have to have that faith and no other diversion, no other confusion, no other branch, no other deviation. Just be focused on that particular thing. So, we have to have that faith. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudruda Nishchay. Your Shraddha has to be, Shraddha is generally very fragile. It's like very wavering. So we have to make that Shraddha very steady, and when the Shraddha becomes very steady, it is a situation of a Nishtha. So the stages of devotional service are like Shraddha, then comes next is Sadhu Sangha, then next is Bhajana Kriya, then Anartha Nivritti, and then comes Nishtha. So after climbing of these four steps, then the fifth step comes is Nishtha. So we have to make that Nishtha very strong. And that's why Prabhupada is focusing on this particular thing, that our Shraddha has to be, the Sudruda Nishchay is very important. Druda Nishchay, Nishchayasa Mahameru. So like Shivaji Maharaj, being very, unka Nishchay tha, Swaraj ha maja, tansa nota. For the Swaraj, he was very confident. He was like very determined. He was very much determined for Swaraj. So similarly, our Swadharma, our performance of devotional service, we have to be determined. Okay. Next. Vasudevam Sarvaviti Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. A person in Krishna consciousness is rare, good soul, who knows perfect that Vasudev Krishna is the root of all manifestation cause. As by watering the root of the tree, one automatically distributes water to the leaves and branches. So by acting in Krishna consciousness, focus. By acting in Krishna, one can render the highest service to everyone, namely self, society, family, country, humanity, etc. So Yasmin Tushte? Govind, what did I say? Pani Bazudra? Service in Krishna consciousness. Service in Krishna consciousness, however, best practice under the able guidance of a spiritual master who is bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of the student and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. As such, to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act firmly and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. So what is the focus Vyavasaya apna? The Vyavasaya is explained here by Prabhupada. One should accept the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in the life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur instructs us that in the famous prayers for spiritual master, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado, Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi, Dhayanstu Vansasya Shastri Sandhya, Vande Guru Shri Charana-ravinda. Yasya Prasadat, only by the mercy of a spiritual master. Bhagavad Prasado, we can attain the mercy of Krishna. Yasya Aprasadat. If there is no mercy of spiritual master, Nagati Kutopi, we are not going to attain any destination. So what we have to do for the attaining the mercy of spiritual master has to be our thought, by which I'll get the mercy, by what activity I'll get the mercy of spiritual master. Just being around the spiritual master, not going to attain a mercy. Just saying Jai Prabhupada is not the only way to attain, it's not going to. Doing something for the pleasure of spiritual master, following his instructions sincerely to the heart, following the instruction of spiritual master is our mission of our life. If we do that, we are surely going to attain the mercy of spiritual master. As soon as we attain the mercy of spiritual master, we are going to attain the mercy of Krishna. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. And prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rastu pajayate. Prasanna chetana hasu. We are going to get the pleasant, very prasanna chetana, very happy consciousness. We are going to be happy. All the dukkhas will be eradicated just by attaining prasad. Mahaprasade Govinde. The whole process, however, depends on the perfect knowledge of the soul beyond the conception of body, not theoretically but practically. When there is no longer a chance for sense gratification manifested in the fruity activities, One who is not firmly fixed in the mind is diverted by various types of fruitive acts. So by this we are going to get diverted in our path. So Krishna is, after explaining this particular thing in the next verse, so basically Krishna is telling here to be very focused. I know everybody is tired, so I am requesting you to be very focused because we have to complete some section. Okay? Yes, very good.
अहो 8:30 वाजता एकदा उठतच नाही.
मी तर 4:30 पासून ऍक्टिव्ह आहे, काही ना काहीतरी चालू आहे. नाही, आय एम व्यवसायात निका बुद्धी. माय व्यवसाय इज टू टीच दिस पर्टिक्युलर थिंग. ठीक आहे, विल स्टॉप हिअर. Any question? Online devotees?
Ji, my
Yes.
question was in the 39th verse when we are reading in the purport. Here it is said that they are individuals in the past and they are individuals in the present and continue to remain individual in the future. That means souls are continuously individual in itself. So are
Right.
they just individual or are they also sovereign?
Are they individual or?
Are they sovereign as well?
I did not get the word. What is it?
I mean, they are given individuality, but are they given the freedom to perform their own tasks?
Not at all. You have
Why
given
like this? Then why they are individual? I mean,
you have given you have a freedom to desire. That's it. You cannot perform your task differently, separately.
but then why they are individual? Na? That is my question. Is if they are tied to something,
It is the word individual is mentioned. That means he has a individual desires or he has a individual thought process. That is what individuality is. He is otherwise he is completely dependent on God. If you are not dependent on God, you are dependent on Maya. Prakriti kriyamani gune karmani sarvasha. All activities are under either control of Maya or Krishna. Okay, Sahil, what did I explain? What please answer this question of Rishikesh. Take mic. Answer the question of Rishikesh. Take mic. Okay, so individuality is there, and when there is a individuality, he has desires, what he can keep on desiring, and those desires, individual desires are different, and his thought process is different, and accordingly he'll get the result, accordingly he'll get the sanction for that doing that activity, and he'll do that activity. But not even same what do you say, two people cannot have a same thought process. They are individual. So that's why Krishna is saying that everybody is individual and they are separate. Okay?
and one more thing about what we read, that if a person is a devotee in his last previous life and he continues to be a devotee in this life as well, and we used one particular word for that. I'm not able to recollect that. So
Yoga Brashta.
yoga brashta. So does it not have a demoralizing effect on him? Because he being so close, then also he is so far. So in that context,
No, it is not discouraging, it should be encouraging always. He is telling that if somebody is Yoga Brashta and if he comes to know that I had performed a devotional service in last life, but because Krishna, Siddhant, few minutes. So if he is feeling that, I missed it, I missed it, and then he gets discouraged. So it should not be discouraging, it should be encouraging. In your language, instead of getting a century, he's out on 99. And he does not get discouraged. He said, yes, this time I did 99, I'll do it 100 next. Okay, so it should be encouraging, not discouraging. Okay, satisfied? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
बात की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, हरे कृष्ण.